Question is, why do you do other stuff aside from your main practice? What feeds it? And if you don't know what that is, how can you find it? We're going to go on a little field trip today. But first, let me explain a little backstory. For me, one of the things that I like to do, aside from my main practice, is painting. I love the medium of it. It's very different than my main focus, and I love that contrast. Whereas film takes a very long time, painting for me is very immediate, and it translates emotion very quickly, communication very quickly, because my form is less on the technical side and more on the immediacy of it, which is partially inspired by Zen, some Iranian elements, mono no aware, and being in the present moment. And so we're going to visit somebody else, a longtime collaborator, and ask him the same question, watch him work a bit.
La, la, la. Yes, sir. I'm a painter. I'm an artist. I think it informs and it inspires the work. Whether it's I do photography. Not very good, but I do it. I eat quite a bit. Cuisine. Honestly, it's the love for the gadgets. I love tech. I love the tech aspect of things. So it's not so much about the photography, but I do enjoy looking back at the photos, mostly to capture moments. I've always had a camera with me ever since I was a younger, like college. I used to be the one with the camera. I'm actually surprised that I was always the one with the camera because of the overhead of getting them developed, the film developed. Like, I don't like that process at all. But I did like to be the one who had all the photos. Maybe it gave me access, it gave me some sort of purpose. And that's why I do it again today. So I started buying cameras again. And then when we go to events or get-togethers, I'm the one with the regular camera. So it creates a little bit of intrigue. I'm sure on some level it does. Maybe composition, or maybe I see something that I want to paint later on. I don't use a lot of reference, but it does maybe inform it on a subconscious level. It's definitely a different release because it's not as hard to use. It's easier to take a photo than set up for a painting, right? I actually did my first painting on a canvas in 2002, 2003. But that was kind of interesting. The reason why I started using a canvas was because I was always drawing in my sketchbooks. And when people would see those sketchbooks, they didn't have any respect for my privacy. They would open up the sketchbooks and just start reading or looking at the art that was in there. For me, it was a private practice, but for some reason it actually seemed to intrigue people. So the first canvases I bought, I just used them as sketchbooks that people could look at. And then in 2005, something drove me to go buy a bunch of canvas and I started painting. I think it was the fact that I had like money coming in monthly from another venture. So there was a sense of relief. And I started to use painting as a way to relieve the pressure of anxiety. I don't really believe in styles. One thing I just realized is that it's about your line. If you can master your line, you can draw anything you want. Whether it's these thin line strokes that I do, or heavy brush strokes, the energy that's in the line, the information that's in the stroke is identified as yours. So I've had people, actually, one of the best stories I have is of a message I got from your dad. Don't know if you remember, but he saw a picture of someone taking a photo in a salon. And there was a painting behind him, behind the person in the photo. And only about 4 inches of this huge painting was showing. And your dad asked if it was mine. And I was like, yeah, that's me. How did you know? And I think he could see the stroke. He could see the energy. He could see the thing. So that's why style isn't, I have like 17,000 different styles if you want to talk about visual language. But the constant is the stroke.